Oh, there it is. Okie dokie. I guess we are live. Yep. Hey, Carolyn, how are you? Hey, hey. Oh, and I locked it. Okay, I don't know why it left it. Okay, there I am. Don't know why it left it, then it came back. Okay, there I am. Don't know why it left it, then it came back. Okay, but we're live. Don't know why it left it, then it came back. Okay, but we're live. Hey, Cece. Hello. Oh, we gotta get. Hey, Cece. Hello. Take that out. We got echoes. We don't want no echoes. And tonight we're going to be doing this cute little beehive that I think is really, it did turn out cute. I wasn't too sure about it in the beginning, but I finally got it together. And it can be attached like this or just glued on. I don't know where I'm at. It hasn't come up on here yet. But that's okay. It's good to be here. Aren't you just too cute? You're so cute. Yeah, I don't find myself here. I hope Facebook doesn't play games with me today. But whatever. All right. I'm going to get started because this is probably going to take me forever to do this. I have a pattern that will be, I will give to Lori, so if you guys want to get it, she gave it, I'm going to email it to her. And to be able to cut it out, this is cut out on foam board. And then I have cut out a layer of quilting batting over top of it. I would recommend, because I really liked this pattern that was on here. You know, it's got the little cones and all that for the hive, and it's got bees that are indentationed. And this doesn't have a lot of stretch, so you really want to get something that stretches. And I will tell you that probably if you use the fleece or anything that stretches. Hey, Dawn. Hello, Miss Dawn. I'm so glad you're here. As I was saying, the back of this is foam board. Just regular foam board. If you can find it. If you can find it in Michigan, we usually have all of our Dollar Tree only have black. And so I sent them to Michael's to get one, so you have to probably pay more money for it. But it's just a very thin, you want a thin foam board only because it's easier to cut out the pattern because of the roundness around the edges of this. That is the first layer. Second layer is, this is quilt batting, and I'll have it written down exactly how much you guys need to get for that. If you put a layer of that. Hello, Brenda. And Miss Cece and Miss Dawn. I'm so glad you guys are here to watch me do this. tonight. I didn't think I was going to be able to get on because I was having a lot of problems with the Zoom call, and it wasn't because that people were talking over other people. That wasn't the case. It was just everything would freeze up. And then the back piece, which is on here, and that is, I got this at the dollar store, and that's just plain old poster board to cover up all your, you know, all the cookies. So those are the 3 layers of that. There'll be a pattern, which Lori will put out there for you guys to be able to download it. And what I did was with the pattern, I cut it out, cut out my foam board, then I just glued on a piece of the quilting, and then I cut it out over top of the quilting. Hello, Teresa. I'm glad you're here to watch me do this tonight, because I've already flubbed it up before I even started, because I always like to be prepped. You know, I'm like prep queen on everything I do, and Debbie prepped a little bit too quick. So cut out your board. You can actually put the batting on it, and then just, you know, cut around it after you glue it on. Glue on a piece. I think this is like a 13 by 13 size. Glue it on and then cut around it, or, you know, make sure that you go around and cut it off. And once you have it all on, you want to lay it on its back and have your material. And the pattern has like a 1/2 inch to 1 inch for you to pull. And what I have done is I've done the top part first, and see if I can't zero this in a little bit more. I've done the top and the bottom first, and I had cut out my hole in the middle. Do not do that. You know, when you're tracing it out, even on the material, you're going to want to cut that in there. You want to just ink pin it in, but don't cut it, because I was trying to prep everything up, and you really don't want to do that until you get your sides and everything in, because I'm going to have a little bit of harder time, because I did that. Once I get these rounded off, I don't want to pull it too much. And so if this wasn't cut, it would have been a lot easier for me. So don't do what I did. So this is what we're gonna try to achieve. I'm gonna try to achieve again. I hope this just wasn't luck. But we're gonna start. I'm gonna start from each one of the cuts in through here. And what I did is, after it was all in, I kind of marked it with my pin where the round circles were, so that I could bring it around. And I'm going to do one down here. I think I'm going to start on the middle one. And I'm just going to take my glue gun and go around, try to get it around the edge, and just bring it up, hold it down. You know, and you can even, because we're putting trim around the edges of this. If you don't get it like into the corners really well, that's okay, because you know me, I've always got little things to cover up all my imperfections, because perfect Debbie is not. She tries to be, but I think she's just a little too anxious. So now I'm going to come over on this side. I'm going to bring it around again. And when you're coming in on the sides, try to get it as close as you can to the sides so you can see. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. But to where it comes in, meets in through there. Now this material, as I said, once again, because I like the material, and you really would like something with a little stretch in it. So when you're pulling it up and trying to get it tight, it works a lot easier for you. This does not. Hello, Susan. This doesn't stretch. So, of course, then I have another obstacle for myself, because I liked it because it has the honeycomb, you know, on it, and it has the little bees that are kind of cut out a little bit that you can see. You might not see them as well as I am, but that's what attracted me to this material. And of course, there's no stretch. So I gotta kind of make my own stretch. So I'm just gonna go around the edge here. bringing it in the corner. And the first one I made it on cardboard, because that's all, you know, I wanted to practice when I first thought to do this. After I got a pad, you know, figured out what my pattern would be, I did on cardboard. Now, I'll tell you, it was a little messy, but the cardboard has a lot more bend to it. You know, when you're going around, I think it was even easier to cut than this is. And when I cut this, I cut it with my X-Acto knife and scissors, because I went and after I laid it all out, and I went in with the scissors and I cut into each, like here and here and here and here, like all the way around. So then when I had the X-Acto knife, it would just make it pop as I was going around, because I mean, it's not easy to make round circles with those. You might be a lot better than I am with that kind of stuff, but I found it a little bit difficult. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to bring it around. And even if it's not as round and as straight, with putting on the trim, you can more or less round it, you know, as you're doing it. And since with, if it looks sloppy or anything on the back, you know, depending on if you're going to sell them or for yourself. I mean, if I was going to put this on a wreath, I probably would just glue the whole back and slap it on the wreath where I wanted it. But if you're going to sell them, that's why I said to get the other stuff to put over top of it after you got it all together. And you can cut that out after you have got it all together, because the size of it's going to change. See, when you're bringing it around, your edges are around, and we're going to be putting trim right around this edges, so we can actually, you know, curve it even more if it's not perfect. And I think on the pattern I've allowed at least a ½ an inch, but when you're cutting it out, I don't know if this is the first time I've done it on one of these with the whiteboard or not, because I didn't have any. I couldn't get any. My dollar store only had black, and it was so much harder to see where you were cutting and everything. I went to like 2 or 3 of them. The only thing they had was black. So then I sent the Gary to go get me some at, I think he went to Michael's. So how are you guys all doing tonight? We have snow here in Michigan. It's been snowing. Susan, do you got snow? Snowed yesterday. It snowed a little bit today. Crazy, crazy weather. And I think it was like 70, 60 or 70. I know when I went to go visit my granddaughter at school last week, and I know it was like close to 60. I mean, it was warm. It was a beautiful day. And now we just have snow. Just gonna trim a little bit of this edges off. See, and with the stretch material, you can like stretch it up. This has no give. But I did get this material at Michael's, or no, I didn't. I got it at Joann's, and it was $10 off. Well, it's 50 off. This was like, I think it ended up being $10 a yard, which is a lot, but I really like the pattern. Okay. You do get a lot of little glue crap around here, so gotta be careful it doesn't end up getting in your material. So now we got all of our little edges in. I'm going to pull this one down over here a little bit more. See if I need to anywhere else. See, when we put on the trim, we can put it down in there. So anything it isn't, even if it didn't cover really good around the edges, you're not going to see it. You're not going to see any of it. You got a freeze warning? Oh, how depressing. You got everything blooming? Yeah, the drop. That's what it's just awful. Can't stand it. I want it to come. So now, when I did the inside of this, I drew a line down the middle and a line across, and then I did like little pieces I cut in between, so then it will bend around. Because otherwise, if you don't, you won't be able to get in close to the edges of it. So when I did that, I should have waited, but yeah, it's going to be okay. Or the little door. Or, you know, you could even put a brown color in there and put it over top, you know, so you can't see in. I left mine open because the bees, when I put those on, I kind of got the bees coming in, and I got to camouflage some of my trim, because the trim that I got, the black that I wanted, they didn't have one that was thin. So I had to go with a thicker roping, because that's what I could find. And I would have rather had a thinner one, but that wasn't the case of me finding it. So I have that one. You just glue it and push it down. And it's the same thing. If there's like a little bit of, like right here, you're not going to see it because our trim is going to cover all of that up. So that's how it looks before we put the trim on. This is where it gets a little messy. So I'm going to start mine over here, and I'm just going to take it and glue a little bit on the inside to bring it around. And glue it down over top of this. Because we're going to run it right around the edge of this. God, I hope it goes on that smooth. The first one I did, I was like, I had glue everywhere and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. And then I realized I didn't have my contacts in. And I'm thinking, man, you are really goofy. Goofy, goofy girl. So I was half seeing it. I had glue everywhere. I went, oh my gosh, what's wrong with you? Yeah, I didn't realize it until I was halfway done with it. So what I do when I'm going to run glue, and we'll see how well I do this, is I'm going to just run it across the top. Just a little. And that's why I have that. And then press it down, hold it, till it kind of, you know, takes a little bit. And, you know, if some of the glue on the outside comes out, we're putting a thing of gold on there, so you'll cover up any of it. And if any of the glue gets on the black, you don't have to worry about it, because I use black magic markers in order to cover it up, to cover up any of my imperfections. And I can't lower or do anything with my thing because this stupid thing doesn't work today. Yeah, I was operating on that. Oh my God, that was like a sketch, if you could have seen me. And then when I got it and it was in Chinese, I was going, oh my God, what are you doing? I think that it's maybe the battery that's inside of that. I don't know how long they last. Yes, of course. I haven't used it since last month. And today I was going to stomp it. So I'm going to be looking at a new one. And I just, I don't know. I'm going to see what one. Susan, you can send me a picture of the one that you bought. Because you seem to have better luck than what I have had with this one. Every time first I thought it was you got to unplug the batteries each time on the, and when you come around the corners, when you're going around these corners, do it in one fluid thing. Don't stop like I just did, because it's easier that way. Yeah, I was ready to stomp it. And then when I had it in Chinese, I was like, are you kidding me? I don't even know what buttons I pushed. I have no idea. And then it took me forever to get the language thing back. But I think maybe the main battery inside of it is gone. But I didn't see a very big selection on Amazon for those. You know, when I started looking for them? Yeah, we have the dumb ones that just work when they feel like it. But I think I might have bent up the cord that hooks to it. You know, that you got to hook it, either plug it in or hook it to your computer. I think I might have screwed that up. Because that seems like it's not connecting right. You did that too? You know, that's what I think I did. Originally, you know, but then it worked after that. And this trim I got from Hobby Lobby. But I would have preferred a thinner one, but they didn't have anything thinner in black. So I was stuck with this one or a thicker one they had. That new. And you know, the only reason I didn't go across mine is because of the design that's on this one. The design that's here that you probably can't really see really well. See how you can see the honeycomb, and then there's like bees down here that are, you know, in. I was gonna jewel them, but I found out that I gave all the jewel stuff to my granddaughter. So if I get it back, because I'm not going to invest in all that stuff again, so I can bejewel this, I'll bejeweling it, if she still has it. Actually, I was going to give her that crazy thing and tell her she could have that when she does videos. And then we're just going to glue it around here. Till we get to the other side. I'm probably getting glue all over on this side. Keep sticking my finger in stuff. Well, this will be good because then I can show you how I cover up the glue. If I lay it down flat, I end up gluing it to the table. All right, now when we come around the edge here, what I did with the other one is I just brought it back, and I'll see if you can see that. I just bring it around where the edges just kind of tuck down in there. And we're going to put put a little tape on this, and then we'll cut it off. Because otherwise, if you don't put any tape on it, when you cut it, it will just all unravel. The other one, I got to slip it through because I did a bad job. This one I'm not. I'm going to have to bring it around. But that'll be okay. I think I got it. Lift it up. We're going to give it a little bit of glue. And we're going to bring it over. I'm going to push it together. And they say I don't have patience. Hold it down. This one doesn't look as bad as the other. Oh my God, if you just seen the one that I covered up. It was a nightmare on the back. Just a nightmare. See, so now we have that off. Now I'm going to show you where I've been messy with my glue. And what I do to cover it up, I use a black permanent magic marker. And I just go over it. And sometimes what it will do, it'll make it come off. And if it doesn't make it come off, you don't need to you don't have to worry about it being too close. It just, if it's gotten out, you can cover it up that way. Because right next to it, you're going to have gold going on. And sometimes by rubbing it, it'll make it come up. My problem is that I'm too anxious and I touch it before it dries. So then it doesn't come up. See, a lot of this is just coming right off with it. And this is how I take care of a lot of the trim that I do, because it is, you know, it's really hard not to be perfect, and I didn't turn off the ding-dongs. So we're going to have to make sure we're done by 8 o'clock so you guys don't have to listen to that. All right. So now we are going to, this is the other one this is a gold that I'm going to put alongside of this. And this one seems to go on a lot easier because I can just like guide it because it's thinner. And then you just push it up and towards the edge. And, you know, depending on what you're using, colors that you're using, that will determine, you know, what kind of trim you want to get. I got this at Hobby Lobby because I wanted the black. And they have a better selection of trim, I think, than most places. You just press it on there with your finger. And two, I got some of the larger bees from there. They're bee buttons. And their bees, or their buttons, they're fancy buttons. They have them, I don't know what these were. These were $3.99, but I think all their buttons they've got marked down now. To, like, those were like maybe $2. And I don't even know if they even put their buttons on sale anymore. I know the trim is on sale every other week, and it's 40% off now where it used to be 50. Hey Rhea, I'm engrossed in this so I don't make too many boo-boos, because that first one I made, man, I was like, oh my gosh, maybe this is not something you shouldn't be doing, girl. So looking pretty bad. You know, and I mean, I do a lot of intricate things with trim and stuff, but man, I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, oh my God, what is wrong with you? Why are you getting glue just everywhere? And it took me forever to figure out I didn't have my eyeballs in. I was like, oh my God, you are just crazy. Yeah, I had glue everywhere. Yeah, this one is much easier to put on. The other one, getting it around that edge. But you see how it makes your edges look, you know, you can, even if they're not, you could tell by the way I had it cut out. It was not, they weren't round. I find it very hard to make things that round. Around here, cutting it out, especially with one of those knives, even with scissors. You know, but I use them both to get it in right. And then after, I end up trimming it again. And then the little bees I have, anything that you feel that doesn't look right, you just stick one of those on top of it to make it look pretty. I'm really glad you guys came to see this tonight. I am. I'm supposed to be the person that makes attachments. You guys need to tell me what you want to see. See if I can see if I can make it. I did find something though that I don't know if I'll get in trouble for it or not, only because I've seen it in a different class, but they don't have them anywhere anymore. And I found these at Kohl's, and I never go to Kohl's anymore because my kids are all grown and I don't shop for them, but I used to shop there all the time when they were younger, buying their jeans and tennis shoes and all that kind of stuff. And see now, that's the way this is looking now. This has got, you really can't, we'll have a bee probably come up there. Now we're gonna put it around here. I'm gonna cut this off short so I can stick it through there and glue it down. Gotta hold it for a few minutes so it'll, ladybug would be cute. Oh, you would say that, ladybug. I guess I could attempt that. I could probably do you know, the whole thing is that I sew. So I look at a lot of this stuff, you know, and it's glued and all of that, you know, and it's not, and I know there are not a lot of people that sew. So, I mean, I could look at it and think, oh yeah, man, I can make that right away. But to determine how to do it with just being able to glue it and not do any sewing with it, I find really difficult. See, I would have sewed this with where I could have done different colors in it, you know, and then stuffed it, but then there aren't a lot of people that sew. So that would have not been any good because you couldn't have done it with the glue. Like I do my balls, you know, I'd have probably done it in the material like that to match it. That's why I showed a picture with the balls, because this is the balls that I make, and this would be great on a, for accessories on a, and you hardly have any money into it. You know, the most that you're going to have is whatever type of material. That will be your biggest expense. because you can buy all this stuff small. Most of it you can get at the dollar store. So that's even better yet. As long as yours don't have black like mine. Or wait a minute, what did you just say? I didn't see that. Or a flame. What the hell is that? A ladybug. What are you talking about? Tell me what you mean. Don't know. See, I'm just putting around here. Got a little bit of a gap there. Too much. But it'll be covered with gold. See, and you could also, you could put color down. You could have put a color underneath this and not, you know, and then just put this on top of it. I don't even know what you're talking about. Okay, we're going to tape this off. Let's see, I'm going to have enough to go through there. So let's cut it to there. And flip it over. And then we're going to glue this down here, but I got to make sure that I got it all the way, which I don't. Then flip it through. A flag? You want me to do a flag? Yeah, I'm sure I could probably do material, get material for that. See, and I'm pushing that down there. God, this looks so neat. Whew. Fourth of July. All right. I made 4th of July balls and 4th of July big bows. Let's start this here. And the only thing bad about this gold is that any type of glue, it just attracts to it because it doesn't have a smooth edge. See? How that's going in there. This goes in so much easier than the black. See, and I have a little rip right here that, because of the way that I cut it out, instead of waiting, and it's all covered up. And we're just going to cut this off to meet this. You can do that with this material, as long as you don't fool around with the edges of it so it starts to fray. Just push it down and it'll blend right in. See? Easy peasy. All right. Now, this back doesn't look bad, but if you're worried about it not, covering it up, it is cute, isn't it cute? This is from Dollar Store. They come in sheets of 11 by 14, so hopefully I didn't make this too big. And you can just, cut this out. It just about fits in there, but it doesn't make any difference. You want this to be less than the edges of it. And then you can just cut it out or go around the edges and then glue it in around the edge of it. I don't know if I'll have time to put it on for you, but I'll show you. So you're going in, because it's going to be short over here, because this, I don't know, I must have got this one fatter than the rest. And then after you glue it on, if it's a little bit larger, you just cut it off after it's glued. And this, you're going around the edge of this, so you're gonna because you're going like on the inside. And this will be your backing. See, the sides over here will be a little bit short, but that'll be okay. And then just cut it out. Cut it out, and then you just glue it on the back after. I usually go over because, you're pushing on it. Hey, Gary. You want to do me a favor and turn that clock off so it doesn't go nuts at 8 o'clock? Just turn the timer off for me, please. I forgot. When you have these type of clocks, you don't even hear it after you've had it for a while. Yeah. Don't I? Yeah, time for church. Yep. I don't know. I have a hard enough time getting the door open, much less to turn it on, not chime. Okay? He doesn't like me very much. And it's in this room with me. Watching me. It's watching me. I just know it. And I'm just cutting it like I would do. This is what I would do the material. Thank you. He didn't want to be on camera with us, girls. He's shy. And just cut it out. Oh my God, he had to get a magnifying glass down here. He had to get the magnifying glass so he could see how to turn the silence off. Do you want me to turn it off for you? It's just, you just flip that lever up. The lever right there. From wherever it's at, I think you just push it up. Thank you. Okay, so this is what the back will look like. And then you'll probably have to trim it around. All right. I guess we could put this on before I do everything else. Might have to trim this a little bit more, but that's okay. And then just put glue all over it. We want to turn it up because I don't want it to dry as fast as you want it to be pretty hot, so it'll stick this all together. And then I have to remember to turn it down, or I'll burn my fingers off. Okay, put this on this way. And all you really want is for it to, gonna go around the edges here to make sure that it sticks. And then you can trim around so it doesn't show beyond your trim. I'm going to trim that out a little bit too. Okay, now we're going to make a bow for the top. Just a simple little hand bow. Nothing elaborate unless you want it that way. You can make it with a couple different colors if you want, but I just thought this matched what I wanted. So I'm just twisting it. I'm not going to make them too big. This is 8 inches. I'm twisting it. We're going to go to 8 again. Bring it over there, just like that. I know, you know, usually when you do this, it always looks like one is bigger than the other. I don't know why. And then I'm going to go a little bit, twist it. I'm going to go a little bit shorter. So this one is probably 3 maybe. No, 5. So it's 2.5. Pinching it, and I'm gonna see, this one's looking bigger, but I'll pull it down. Measure it out again to 5. pinch it. Then I'm going to twist it. Put that there. I'm going to roll it there like that. Just rolling it where my thumb is in it. Then I'm going to twist it down. And I'm going to put this little, the tie in it like that. Get it the right way. I'm not going to put anything on to attach it because I'm going to glue it on. Because I think it'll be too hard. Pull it down a little bit so that it's the big spots down below. Make it tight. Tighten it up real good. So we got us a little bow. See, this one looks a little bit bigger. So we are going to just pull it just a pinch unless I rip it. Don't want to rip it. I love this bow material. I just love it with the edges on it. Nope, that's okay. And I think I'm going to put it up here like that. A dovetail. And this one too. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on my back. And I put it up here at the top. Or you can put it wherever you want it. You can put it at the bottom, put one at the bottom, put one at the top if you want. It's up to you. And then we're going to put our beads on. Now these beads here, these are the ones I got at Hobby Lobby, and they're in the button section. And they're these are they say $3.99, but they weren't $3.99. I think they were $1.09. I think their buttons are marked down all the time. And then you can put these little beads. Like I'm going to put one right here on there, so you don't really see that because this shows like a little bit of a twist there. So I just put the glue on it, and these are like they're not charms, but I do have the link for them. I'll have it in the and I just cut off the edge of that for the button, because these are buttons. I just put a little bit of glue on it. We're going to put it down there. I think I got 2 of these left. The other one there. I like these because they have the jewels on them. They're all glitzy. Glitzy witsy. I like, you know, anything that dazzles. And you can put on as many as you want, you know. I think I'll put one on the bow. And you can cover up any of your little boo-boos with them. There it is. Now, if you want to put attachments on it, I would use the foam to do it. And I have 2 of these of the pipe cleaners. Now I use this type of thing for this. And if it goes through, because it might, then I'll just put a bee or something there. But I think this is going to be covered by the bow. If I can get it up there. Yep, went through. Yep. And then, see, you got the hangers right there. And then I'm gonna put one down here. Then I can put a, now this is a, I don't know, I ordered this from, I don't think it was Uniline, it might have been Granger's. Because I used it on some of the bows that I made with the foamy kind of stuff. So a little bit of that came out on there, so I'm going to take, you can see it there, I'm going to take one of my little bees. And I'm going to glue it right there. The other one will be covered by the bow, and it didn't really come through. And there we go. This is what the final project looks like. You guys like it? Don't like it? Find it interesting? Not interesting? You need to tell me. You know, if there's something somebody wants to see, you just have to let me know and send me a message, and I'll see what I can. It's adorable. Oh, I just know you'd say that. Now, I do have in the works for maybe next week, I don't know. This bee stuff was a little bit for Debi's brain. I was going to make like a little bee maybe for it. We'll see if I can get my pattern cut out. I got what it wants to look like. We'll just have to see, because I got to take it all apart, you know. Take it out apart and layer it. And then it would go with this. Or you can make a set of balls, like I've made on previous the videos. I made them before, and it's the same thing. You don't have to do these right here are like the 4.5. I don't know where I put it. They're the 4.5 balls, and that would be cute inside of a I don't know what I did with them. Well, I'll show you one of these. These are the 4.5. This is another 4.5. 4.5 ball. Oh, right in front of me. 4.5 ball. This will be really cute. You can use it as attachment, and it's not a lot of money, but it's really cute. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you learned something. If you got any questions, you can call, message me, and I will have this. Today is Monday. She puts the stuff up on Monday. I don't know if this will get up this week with my with everything in it, because I don't know if she puts them up every Monday or how she does it, because I'm not used to going on Mondays. That's why. But I'm going to be starting Mondays. I don't know if I'm going to do if I'll be doing Friday this week or if I'm going to do Monday, but I'll let you guys know. I'll let you know. And if there's something else you want to see, just message me. And if I can make it, I will surely get it for you. Just give me a little time. Thanks everyone for visiting with me tonight.